Привет, дорогие друзья, с вами Александр, и сегодня мы продолжаем изучение грамматики английского языка. Точнее, сегодня у нас будет упражнение на пройденные в прошлый раз темы, а именно на порядок слов в простом предложении. Дальше будет следующая тема: отступления от обычного расположения второстепенных членов предложения. Но сейчас у нас начинается упражнение. Так, эту книгу я читал несколько дней тому назад. I've read this book some days ago. Read this book a few days ago. With great pleasure, I've read your letter. I read your letter with great pleasure. He told me about this event yesterday, about this incident yesterday. I understand this rule very well. I really like this book. I like this book very much. This plant work about 1,000 workers. About 1,000 workers work at this factory. I've never seen her before. No, I know this poem very well. Very well. I have heard something about it. I have heard something about it. We haven't spoken on this theme with him. Haven't spoken with him on this theme. Somebody told me about it. Somebody has told me about it. Somebody has already told me about it. We hadn't spoken on this theme yet. I haven't yet spoken to him on this subject. Somebody already told me about this. Has already told me about it. It's necessary to take back this book today. This book must be returned today. This magazine being sent from St. Petersburg by my brother. My brother sent me this magazine from St. Petersburg. I have given him my notes yesterday. I gave him my notes yesterday. He wanted to tell me something, but the lecture has started. The lecture began. Now, this phrase we often use in commercial correspondence. We often use this expression in commercial correspondence. He was told about it by one of his friends. Yesterday, I read with great interest this book in the library. I read this book with great interest in the library yesterday. In this expedition took part several famous scientists. Several well-known scientists took part in this expedition. Yesterday I discussed this matter with them. Discussed this question with them yesterday. I saw her yesterday in the club. Saw her in the club yesterday. Yes, came to St. Petersburg at 5 o'clock in the morning. Came to St. Petersburg at 5 o'clock yesterday morning. They went to the station by car, the railway station by car. He leaves tomorrow at 10 o'clock tomorrow evening. He promised to go to institution on Monday at 3 o'clock. Promised to come to the institute at 3 o'clock on Monday. Так, следующий снова перевод. send them all the catalogs, but firstly, show them to me. Show them to me first. Okay. She sent an invitation to my friend, not to me. And not to me. They promised to deliver us these goods in a week. Deliver these goods to us in a week. He suggested this plan to us. Well, to whom did you give your notes? I have given them to John. Gave them to John. What have you sent to your father? What did you send your father? Did you send your father? Did you send to your father? What did your teacher explain to you in the last lesson? Told us about using of the article. What did your teacher explain to you in the last lesson? Explain the use of the article to us. The letter which he has sent me interested me very much. The letter which she sent me to me surprised me greatly. He supposed me a ticket to the cinema. He offered me a cinema ticket. I'll read you a poem. I'll read this poem to you. Describe this city to us. Describe that town to us. One of my friends, to whom I showed you a book, told me that he likes it very much. To whom I showed you a book, said that he liked it very much. I will show you the documents which he had sent me. Which he sent me. Here is a warranty letter which they gave us. Here is a letter of guarantee which they submitted to us. These documents were sent the customers the previous week. These documents were sent to the buyers last week. All right. Next phrase, next sentence, next exercise. Change the words in bold. To begin, we need to put them in the beginning of the sentence. Made the necessary change. Never have heard such a beautiful voice. Never have I heard. Hardly had he stopped speaking when a loud knock was heard at the door. At the corner of the square, an old house stood. On the square stood an old house. No sooner they were under shelter than the storm broke out. Shelter then. In vain were all her efforts to persuade him. In vain I pointed out that it was useless to go there. When they point out that not only he promised to help me, but he replaced his books at my disposal. Not only did he promise to help me, well, if they were they to come tomorrow, I should be very glad. They to come tomorrow. Had it not been so stormy, we should have reached the top of the mountain. Well, next. Translating. Sit down, please, said the doctor. How do you feel? Asked me the father. The father asked me. I'll be here tomorrow at 7, he said. 7 o'clock tomorrow. Here is your dictionary. Here they are. Here they are. Here is your copybooks. Here is your exercise books. This is your classroom. Here is your classroom. Where is my textbook? Here it is. I am very glad to see you, said Jack, shaking his hand. Said Jack, shaking his hand. Did they try? Did they persuade him to go there? When they try to persuade him to go there. No sooner did the ship arrived at the port as a storm broke out. Had the steam arrived at the port, that the storm broke out. Never have I spoke this. Have I said it? Never have I said it. At the bottom of a mountain stood a little house. At the foot of the mountain stood a little house. To the right of us there was a lake, and to the left there was a high mountain. On our right was a lake, and on our left was a high mountain. No sooner did he came home, the doorbell, then the bell rang. No sooner had he come home than the bell rang. Well, следующая тема отступления от обычного расположения второстепенных членов предложения. Итак, прямое дополнение иногда может стоять после предложенного косвенного дополнения или обстоятельства. Такой порядок слов имеет место, когда прямое дополнение с относящимися к нему словами представляет собой длинную группу слов, а предложенное косвенное дополнение или обстоятельство выражено одним словом или небольшой группой слов. We have received from them some illustrated catalogs containing a detailed description of these machines. Обычно стоит прямое дополнение начала, а в случае, если оно выражается длинным группой слов по сравнению с косвенным дополнением или обстоятельством, да, стоит после. We have sent there all the specification of electrical equipment received from London. Прямое дополнение следует за предложенным косвенным дополнением или обстоятельством и в том случае, когда иной порядок привел бы к искажению смысла. I have read with great pleasure the letter sent me by Vadim Petrov. То есть я прочел с большим удовольствием, а не то, что Вадим Петров мне прислал письмо с большим удовольствием. Так, если предложение. То есть было послано письмо с удовольствием, не прочитано. That is sent me my Petrov with great pleasure. Также обстоятельство места обычно стоит после обстоятельства образа действия. Однако, когда обстоятельство места выражено наречием he или there, оно обычно стоит перед обстоятельством образа действия. He will work here with pleasure. I met him there by chance. Но при некоторых глаголах, обозначающих действие, обозначающих движение, обстоятельство места обычно стоит непосредственно после глагола перед предложенным дополнением. He went to the theater with his sister. The steamer Swear sailed from Petersburg with the cargo machinery. Так, следующая тема на следующий урок. Последовательные, повествовательные, отрицательные предложения. Так, всем спасибо за просмотр, всем спасибо за внимание. Всем удачи, всем пока-пока. Bye-bye. Thank you for watching. Yeah.